So, I quit my job around 5 months ago at the age of 28. I worked in the corporate world for 4 years and I saved money which should last for a couple of years, unless one day I decide to burn them all. Today, I want to share 12 tips to save money without feeling miserable. The first question to ask yourself is, do you really need more money? To answer this question, I made an estimate of my cost of living and all the tax I'm gonna have to pay for a year. If you wanna go on vacation or small trips, make sure to include these costs in your cost of living because remember, we're trying not to be miserable here. Some of you might need to make more money or save more money. Understanding your financial situation is a very important step here. Some of you might have enough money already, but want more money just because. And if you want to quit your 9-to-5 job, it's a very good idea to work on those financial anxiety. And I have a book recommendation for you, so make sure to watch this video until the very end. I know I started filming already, but my hair is acting up. I'm gonna curl my hair as I speak about my next tip. I used to pay around $800 on the tiniest apartment you can possibly find in Tokyo. And my boyfriend and I moved out of Tokyo and now we pay $1,000 together and our house is like 7 times bigger than the apartment I used to live in Tokyo. I know you can't just move out of the apartment tomorrow to save on your rent, but lowering your rent is one of the easiest ways to save more money. Big mistake that people make is that as their salary increases, they spend more and more money on rent. If your lease is up soon, take a look at other options, maybe further away from the city center, to see if you can find apartments that you like and have lower rent than your current one. Okay, my hair is done. I actually want to take you somewhere to show you my next tip, so let's get ready and let's go! When I started my full-time job in Tokyo, I was working from morning till night, so I ate pretty much all the meals of the day in the office. And I learned that supermarket in Japan gives you discounts on bento box around 6 p.m. to minimize food waste. I used to buy 2 discounted bentos, one for dinner and one for the next day's lunch. I don't do this anymore, of course, because I usually cook at home now. But if you live in Japan and if you're too busy to cook, remember to check out grocery shops in the evening.
Okay, I just came back from supermarket. I bought these 2 rice crackers and I bought this canned tuna. I got taiyaki. Growing up, I loved this as a kid. This potato salad, 20% off. So bought chicken and they were all 20% off.
When your salary increases, your social status also goes up. It's natural that you start hanging out with people who are on the similar status. You start living in a fancier apartment and you start feeling like you should buy clothes from that brand that your new friend recommended, and you start going to the exclusive fancy gym that she goes to. And you get promoted again, your social status goes up again, and it goes on and on. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be hanging out with people who are successful and have more money, but being aware of the fact that people around you are a big influence to your buying decisions make a big difference. If you are an organized person, you might do this regularly. But I know that there are people out there like me who are too lazy to look at the credit card statements in details. If you're thinking to quit 9 to 5, this is a great timing to review your statement and check in details. I highly recommend you to do this because I did find a subscription that I didn't know that I was subscribed to. Drinking coffee at a cafe is great, because many times you're paying for the experience, not for the coffee itself. But it's also important to be aware of the fact that the gross profit margin for a cup of coffee is very high with around 70 to 80%. I used to think that I need a fancy coffee machine at home to make a decent coffee. I was wrong. You can absolutely make a good coffee or latte at home by having a pour-over coffee dripper. And you can even find one at a dollar store. If you want to level it up, buy a milk foamer and you can turn your house into a coffee shop. Doing well with money isn't necessarily about what you know. It's about how you behave. And behavior is hard to teach, even to really smart people. I have a goal for this year, and it is to finish this book called Psychology of Money. The idea of this book is that it has little to do with your skills and a lot to do with how you manage your emotion. This book can help you understand psychology around money, and it can significantly improve your relationship with money. As I shared in my blog, I didn't really know how to cook until a few years ago. I downloaded a cooking app and decided to try a different recipe every day as much as possible. After many cooking fails, my cooking skills improved little by little, day by day. And now, cooking is an important part of my life. Improving your cooking skills not only helps you save money, but it really brings joy to your life. Are those drinking nights really worth it? Going out used to be a big part of my lifestyle. I mean, dancing to good music while drinking delicious cocktail is amazing. But as I grew older, I realized this one thing. It is about who you go out with, not which club you go to or which dress you wear. And just a friendly reminder, it is really easy to spend more money when you're drunk. In the beginning of this video, I mentioned how I made an estimate of cost of my living. When you make an estimate, try to find what you can lower your spending on. And this can be a small thing. For example, I canceled my mobile phone data, and now I only buy data when I need to. I used to pay around $70 to $80 per month, which adds up to around $900 a year. Small things do add up. And with a lot of products switching to subscription models, we don't even notice how much money we are actually spending on those products. So try to find where you can save money on without taking away the joy in your life. If you want to save money without being miserable, you need to understand what makes you happy in the long run and what you find valuable in your life. Try to remember and write down moments that made you happy in the past. For example, I don't hesitate spending money on going on live concerts because growing up, I was that kid who was always dancing and singing, and music was always around me. I know that music is a necessity in my life, and going to those events will make me happy in the long run. Another example is that spending my money on small trips with my family. I don't live close to my parents, so I don't get to see them really often. And I know that spending money to make memories with them and spending quality time with them is gonna make me happy. As I mentioned earlier, my boyfriend and I moved out of Tokyo, and it did change our lives in many different ways. When you live in a big city like Tokyo, conscious or not, you're constantly being sold. There are literally ads anywhere you look. They do everything to try to get your attention, and it's difficult not to get influenced. If you want to know how moving out of Tokyo changed my life, make sure to check out this video. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe because it's gonna truly make my day. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you in the next one. Bye!